James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers.
All right, so this is my official Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois post-fight review, and the result of the fight is one of the biggest demolition jobs Wembley Stadium has ever seen. Daniel Dubois beats the hell out of Anthony Joshua and stops him in the 5th round. So let's talk about it, man, because, over the years, I've been covering Anthony Joshua for a long time here on True School Sports. I believe the first Anthony Joshua fight I made a video for was the Dillian White fight, and that was years ago. I've come on here numerous times after his losses, and, normally in his losses, against Usyk, against Andy Reid, he won some rounds. He had some moments. He had something to kind of, hold on to in these fights. But this Dubois fight was a little different. This was one-way traffic. This was a one-sided ass whooping. It was the biggest beating ever handed out to Anthony Joshua in his entire boxing career. And we'll get to Dubois and his turnaround in a minute because he's had probably one of the best turnarounds in boxing. I think he's got to be one of the fighters in boxing that's in running for Fighter of the Year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's having an amazing 2024. But that being said, just breaking down the fight, what really gave Anthony Joshua so much problems, and I was saying this during the live, so if you tuned into the live fight reaction and you were there, I appreciate you guys so much. I was saying this during the live. I said the key in this fight for both fighters is going to be neutralizing the right hand and landing the right hand because, both these guys are around the same height and eye level. So, AJ's not punching down or Dubois not punching up or down. They're going to be at eye level. And they both, hand positioning wise, they both have the upright British stance, right? So they, straight a lot of straight punches, not so many hooks, but more so right hands and jabs and things like that. So sure enough, the punch that knocked AJ out was the straight right hand. But even before that, from the word go, the very first round, Dubois really showed a difference in class in this fight with his quick first step because he was able to cover so much ground with just that first step. Anthony Joshua's feet were very wide, and for some strange reason, he was holding that lead left hand down very, very low. I don't know if they were trying to bait Dubois to come in and they were at time with the right hand, but it wasn't good. He looked very flat, looked very lethargic, and anytime Dubois touched him from the very first bell throughout the whole fight, it gave Anthony Joshua an immense amount of problems. And, during the face-off in the build-up to this fight, Anthony Joshua was trying to intimidate Daniel Dubois. He was trying to say, Daniel, don't talk to me like that. And then Daniel Dubois said, who do you think you are? You don't talk to me like that. He really had I don't care attitude towards AJ his entire fight. He didn't care what AJ did in the past. He didn't care that he was 2-time heavyweight champion. He didn't show him no respect in the build-up, and he sure as hell didn't show him no respect in that ring. So he gives Anthony Joshua the biggest beating of Joshua's career. This is probably, honestly, I'm a big AJ fan. I've been an AJ fan for many years, and I really enjoyed covering his career here on True School Sports. But Anthony Joshua is done at that championship level of boxing. Let's call a spade a spade. The last 2 years have shown us that. Last 2-3 years have shown us that. He lost to Usyk twice, who's the best, not just heavyweight in the world, but quite possibly the best fighter in the world in any weight class. Lost to him twice. No shame in that. But then there's no shame in losing. It's just the way he got outclassed. It lets me know that if he wants to box, he can box. But he's not gonna be winning no fights at the top level of heavyweight boxing. That's for damn sure. So there's only one fight really that I think should happen for his career because this guy I feel is quite possibly just as washed as him, and that's the Deontay Wilder fight. Do that one fight, give the fans what they asked for many, many years. If both want to still box, if Wilder and Joshua still want to box way past their prime, they can now go ahead and do that and give the fans what they've been asking for years, which is them to fight each other. Other than that, I think Anthony Joshua should hang it up, and he should definitely retire because he's achieved everything, almost just about everything there is to achieve in boxing. Gold medalist, multiple time heavyweight champion, unified heavyweight champion. The only thing he ever did was undisputed, and that just it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't in the cards. So it is what it is. But as far as Dubois, he's really the feel-good story in all this because I've been covering his career for a long time here on True School Sports. And Daniel Dubois, man, I remember when he lost to Joe Joyce and he quit because of his eye. He had double vision. He couldn't see. He was one of the most scrutinized fighters in boxing because of that, right? And he's had to deal with a lot of questions about his heart or lack thereof since that. And that was 4 years ago. People still question it. And so what has he done in that time? He gave Usyk a spirited effort. A lot of people thought he stopped Usyk, and I'm one of those people. I thought that body shot was legal, right? So depending on who you could ask, Daniel Dubois might actually be the real undisputed heavyweight champion, But, lost that fight to Usyk. Then he came back. He's bounced back in a major way. Beat Jarrell Miller, who's a solid contender. Broke my heart in devastating fashion and stopped my boy Filip Hrgovic in a fight that he was the underdog in. And then he gives Anthony now he gives Anthony Joshua the biggest beating of his career. So Daniel Dubois, and I said this in the live, Daniel Dubois, his comeback story in boxing is one of the best stories in boxing. And he's, to me, a great example for the youth to look at. Like, if you're a fighter out there, whether you're amateur or pro, and you lose a fight early in your amateur career or pro career, that loss doesn't define you. Look at Daniel Dubois. Lost to, a lot of people said he quit and he was soft and he was never going to be anything in boxing. And now look at him. He's now, I would say, outside of Usyk, there's a great argument right now that could be made that Daniel Dubois might be the second or third best heavyweight in the world, depending on where you rate him above Tyson Fury because of these wins, because these are some pretty damn high-level wins he's getting. Hrgovic, Joshua, those are two high-level scalps to have on your resume, and he's got them. So, he deserves all the respect in the world. And there's all kinds of great fights out there for him. He could obviously do the Usyk rematch. He definitely earned it if Usyk comes to the Fury fight. I don't think Fury will fight him. I think Fury's going to bow out gracefully, after that Usyk fight, no matter if he wins or he loses. There's obviously now, maybe Martin McCauley or Joseph Parker. I think Joseph Parker is probably the fight. If he's not getting the Usyk rematch, I think Joseph Parker is the fight he's got to make because Parker is a former champion. He's probably the highest level fighter in the division right now based on accomplishments and resume and current form that he could fight if he can't get the big fights. But look, I don't even want to think that far ahead, man. This was you talk about a one-sided fight. You talk about one-way traffic. This was it. I mean, this was everything Dubois was saying in the build-up. The little bit that he did say in the build-up, he delivered on every last word. And I love fighters that Dubois is not much of a trash talker. He don't really talk much in general, but man, I love fighters that talk the talk and walk that walk. That's the shit. That's the stuff that gets me fired up in boxing, and he's been doing that. So such great character he's shown. I want to give Don Charles, his coach, all the credit in the world because he's a guy that I'll be honest with you, I didn't think the highest of him before Dubois. I know he worked with Chisora and things like that, but again, just because it didn't work out with somebody else or maybe you couldn't win at a certain level with certain fighters, it doesn't mean you can't get the right fighter later on in your coaching career to walk through that door. And for him, I think Dubois is that guy for him. He's the right guy that's walked through the door. He's definitely the most talented fighter I think he's ever had. So, just a great performance. If that is going to be the end of Anthony Joshua at the top levels of boxing, then let me congratulate him in advance for an amazing career. I think he's been great for boxing. I think he's been great, especially for British boxing. And, we have a lot to think. Boxing fans have a lot to be thankful for Anthony Joshua. He's given us a lot of great fights and a lot of great nights over the years. So, respect to him. And this loss, and I'll end it on this because I'm not gonna make this a separate video. I'll add it in here. This the way AJ lost to Dubois makes me feel so good about the way Hrgovic lost, because Hrgovic I feel was done wrong, and I feel like Dubois got away with a lot of headbutting and foul play, and in this fight, the referee actually warned Dubois coming in with his head. That didn't happen in the Hrgovic fight, and on top of that, Dubois is strong and can punch, was hitting with some hard shots, and Hrgovic was in the fight. He was in the fight. He won some rounds. Depending on who you ask, some people would say he was even winning the fight before it got stopped. So he got hit with a lot more than Joshua did as far as illegal shots and punches, and he got stopped on his feet. Never showed a lot of toughness. Joshua got hit with one big right hand and it was ready to go down. So even the loss of Hrgovic aged well, So maybe Joshua Hrgovic. Maybe that's a fight. They both are coming off loss to Dubois. So maybe that could be a fight. I always told you guys that Hrgovic beat Joshua, so I will still love to see that fight if it can happen. But really, even that fight, I'd rather see Joshua versus Wilder just because they have all that history, and I feel like it's the right thing to do for the fans of boxing, you know? Get that one last fight for the fans. They'll get paid nicely for it. I'm sure Turkey will give them nice money. But Daniel Dubois, he is one of the best heavyweights in the world. If you didn't respect him before this fight, you better be respecting him after this fight because he is the legit IBF heavyweight champion. They wanted to question his heavyweight championship status. Well, don't question it no more. He's about as legit as they come in boxing right now. And I think, you know, along with probably Usyk, I think Usyk, Dubois, Angelo Leo, and then probably the winner of Better Be at Bivol. Those are the 4 fighters I would say in boxing should all be in the running for fighter of the year because they're all doing a great job, I think, carrying boxing and being good representations of how top fighters should move. So, you know, that's what I think. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. What did you guys make of Dubois' beating on Anthony Joshua, and what do you think is next for Dubois? Who do you want to see him fight next? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.